paying attention to the breath, stabilizing the breathing. Watching the chest, the abdomen, stomach rise with every inhalation. Watching them deflate with every exhalation. I can see how the breath is a connector between the body and the mind. Long, deep, and if possible, silent inhalations and exhalations. Breathing in, I'm connected to my body. Breathing out, I'm life without boundaries. Prano vai Ishvaraha. Prana, manifestation of Bhagavan. Not only does it connect the body, the mind, it pervades all beings, all bodies. Sutratma, prana, sutratma, like the thread in a string of pearls, invisible yet crucial for the beingness of the necklace. Prana connects. I sit here breathing. Other beings also sit and breathe, not only in this room, but all over the universe. Not just human beings, but all beings that need air, that need to throw the toxins out. Respiration is a manifestation of Ishvara, a connecting manifestation. Wherever there is air, there is breathing. Wherever there is nose, there is respiration. Nose of cows, bulls, nose of birds, parrots, crows, etc. nose of dog, cat, nose of alligator, I'm connected to all bodies that breathe. Sutratma, Ishvara, as the great connector, as the breather of life in this body and other bodies. Prana, connects the Sthula Sharira with the Sukshma Sharira. Prana connects the body on this plane. I can say, I am here now in this body because of the presence of prana. Prana connects me to the air outside, the air around me, Vayu, Adhibhautika, in my surroundings. Chalanatmakam, Chalanatmako Vayuhu, Anilaha, Nanilayati, Iti, that which never stops moving. And that Vayu, when I take a deep breath, becomes my prana, a miracle. Outside, a different name and form, Vayu. What is this Vayu? Ishvara, Brahman. Namaste Vayo, Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi. Namaha unto you, He Vayu. You are Brahman incarnate for me. Adhibhautika, Vayu, centered on my surroundings. When I inhale, becomes Adhyatmika, my own prana. Then I exhale, goes back to Vayu. Because it moves so fast and so much, it cleanses itself. My surroundings are connected to all the processes that happen within this body-mind complex, this assemblage. This fact lends itself to contemplation of my interconnectedness. If the mind strays away from the breath, from the contemplation of prana as the connector, I gently and repeatedly bring it back. Vayu, prana, prana, vayu, vayu, prana, prana, vayu. Exchange. Ishvara. Ishvara as Adhyatma centered on me, a process, a function centered on I, this body-mind complex. Ishvara, one who is all-powerful, all-pervading, overlord of everything. I can just enjoy breathing, knowing I'm not alone, knowing that a conscious breathing has a cleansing quality for the mind, cleanses the mind, sweeps away the dried leaves of sorrow, pain, and residues of yesterday. Vayu, prana, prana, vayu. Adhyatma, adhibhuta, adhibhuta, adhyatma. What is it that makes the air go in the nostrils or the mouth? More importantly, what is that makes the air come out? Who is the one that wields power over the air, which no one can catch? Ishvara as Adhideva, as a form, function of Bhagavan. Bhagavan with a name and form and a function. Ishvara, Vayu, Vayu, Ishvara. What is that force that decides when the air should come out and when it should not? Adhideva, Ishvara. Ishvara as breath is Ishvara as Kala, time. The law that connects Adhibhuta to Adhyatma, that converts Vayu outside into my prana within the body-mind assemblage, Ishvara, Adhideva. Tasmai Devaya Namaha. Vayave Namaha. Pranaya Namaha. Ishaya Namaha. Om Namaha. See the intelligence, infallible knowledge. Ishvara from 3 standpoints. Five elements. Ishvara. Vayu, one of the 5 elements. Ishvara. All the things that have come out of the elements, like this body, like the lungs, the heart, kidneys. Ishvara. Adhibhuta. Ishvara. Adhyatma. Ishvara. Vayu. Ishvara. Prana. Ishvara. Adhideva. Ishvara. The great connector. Sutratma. That because of which there is a connection between myself and the elements. My prana is like the wind, never staying in one place. My eyes are like fire, lighting up and revealing whatever they see. All the fluids in the body resonate with water. Air is my prana. Space the hollow areas in the body, between the joints, etc., in the stomach. My bones are the earth. Always connected through this incredible network of knowledge, infallible arrangement. Never lonely, ever connected. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Apyayantu Mamangani Vakpranashchakshushrotramatho Balamindriyani cha sarvani Sarvam Brahma Upanishadam Maham Brahma Nirakuryam Mama Brahma Nirakarot अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्म ते मयि सन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. We have seen in detail about the I. I means what constitutes the word Tvam. Where is the word Tvam coming? Tat Tvamasi. So if the teacher says Tvam, what should Shvetaketu understand? Aham. Yes. Shvetaketu should also not say Tvam. So, aham. And we have seen the workings of this aham, what is understood as this aham from the inside, where there remains a split until and unless it is understood and then processed and then resolved. This is one's homework before coming to Vedanta class or during Vedanta study. This is the homework. The homework is always resolving the second being. And there is no second being. That's the secret. No matter how much it looks and it acts as though it is there, it is not there. Chaya tapau iva. Chaya tapaviva brahmavido vadanti ye chatrinachiketaha api vadanti. Whether it's enlightened householders doing the, performing all the yajnas in the first portion of the Vedas, in that way enlightened to the karma that a grihastha should do, or whether it is Brahmavits, knowers of the Atma, doesn't matter who, all of them say the seeming duality is not to be entertained because it is not really there. It looks to be there. Ritam pibantau, two people are drinking. We saw this in the Kathopanishad. It sounds very funny. Two people are drinking. Not nice. We have to ask, where are they drinking? Guham nihitau, having gone into a cave. Yeah. Then the next question, what are they drinking? Ritam. Oh, it's the name of a new drink, Ritam? You bet. It's a cocktail of Papa and Punya mixture. Karma cocktail. That is what they are drinking. What do they want? Punya they want. Punya means comfortable situations in the here and hereafter because of some dharmic activity I have done either here or in the Janmantare, in other lives. Accounting for pleasant, comfortable experiences. Who doesn't want pleasant, comfortable experiences? Please raise your hand. Nobody is raising the hand. That means what? It is universally wanted. In fact, our whole life of pravritti-based pursuits and nivritti-based pursuits, we are engaged in wanting comfort and pleasant experiences and running away from anything that is uncomfortable. From uncomfortable things, I run away. From uncomfortable people that I perceive to be uncomfortable, I don't want to have anything to do with them. I run away. I avoid them. From uncomfortable situations, likewise, what do? Run away from them. Comfortable situations, I'm drawn to like a magnet. And so, these people drinking this karma cocktail sip through the straw, and what do they want? Comfortable, sweet drink they want. What do they get? Bitter taste, rotten taste. And then what else? Bitter taste, rotten taste, pungent taste, and a little bit of sweet taste, burst of sweetness in between. And they say, see, it is sweet. I knew it. Maybe I should shake it a little more. Maybe the sweetness is at the bottom. Sip again. Rotten taste, bitter taste, pungent taste, little bit of sweet taste. But that burst of sweetness is not predictable. It is just spontaneous, unpredictable. Sometimes it is there, most of the time it is not there, and it is elusive, and I want it, and I know I can get it. Why? Because I got it last time. This is called the theory of intermittent rewards. This is how gambling dens and casinos work. Where you put some money and do some, whatever you do, I don't know, but something you do, and suddenly a lot of money comes out. Not lot, but some coins come out. Do they come out each time? No, they can't come out each time. Or you throw the dice. This is what the Pandavas did and then suffered endlessly because of that. Because of this addiction. This is an addiction. And here in this Ritam Pibantau, these two people drinking, they are addicted to this cocktail. That's why it is addiction. They cannot be without it. And this addiction shows us something very interesting. What does it show us? That there is this addiction to pleasant, comfortable situations, which I think samsara is capable of giving, because Papa Punya is in the realm of what? Samsara or moksha? Yeah. It's in the realm of samsara, it's within samsara. Because when you drop this penchant for Papa and Punya, that is when moksha greets you. It's right at the door. I'm coming here. You don't even have to look for it. It comes to you. Because you have grown out of this running around like a restless person. Like a headless chicken running around. And so, this is the theory of intermittent reinforcement. Suddenly something good will happen, like that machine will start giving money. When? Once in every great while. And so the person that gets some money, a little bit, is reinforced what? To keep on getting addicted, to keep on putting the money that was got back in the machine, in the hope that more rewards will be reaped. Similarly, samsara is an addiction fueled by karma. Fueled by karma, I keep putting karma into it, my action into it, and then I become what? Karta. And then after that, what do I wait? To become bhokta. I wait for karma phala, and when the karma phala comes, I become bhokta. Usually bhokta of misery. That's what it is. Sukritasya means swayam kritasya ritam pibantau. These two fellows are addicted. Wait a minute. Let's see. We are in the cave after all. Let the eyes get used to it. That's what happens after the meditation class. Everything is dark. Suddenly, all the lights are on. It takes a little while. You blink and then you see there's not two drinking. There's only one that is drinking. What is the other one doing? Just hanging out. And that's what the Brahmavids, the knowers of Brahmans, to call it what? Ātapaha. Ātapaha, sunlight. And what is the other one? Shadow. So if I am casting the shadow, and I am not drinking, and the shadow is drinking, what kind of a trick is this? It's a shadow gone rogue, because the shadow is supposed to be imitating me, is it not? I'm not supposed to be imitating the shadow. And if I go like this, the shadow also should go like this. If I go like that, the shadow also should go like this. If I am drinking, the shadow also must be drinking. Here I'm not doing anything. And the shadow is drinking. This, my dear friends, is the split so beautifully put in all the Upanishads. It's a shadow self. It's a shadow gone rogue. Under the influence Of what? Atma Ajnanam, that is the influence. Atma Ajnanam, under the influence of samsara. So what happens to this shadow? It becomes a samsara-holic. That's what it becomes. It keeps mining and digging into samsara, waiting for some reinforcement, waiting for some goodies. And the goodies are few and far between. And they get over quickly also, if they are not snatched by somebody else who is also looking for the same goodies. This is very beautifully depicted. And who is this shadow? Who is this light? We'll see. But first we'll take a little trip to the Mundakopanishad, where again we have the dual. Dvau Suparnau. It says Dva Suparna, but that is Chandasam. It should really read Dvau Suparnau, dual. Whenever there is au, it is dual, especially if it is Akaranta ending. Ramaha, Ramau. Dvau Suparnau, two birds. Suparna means with shining wings. Sayujau, Sakhayau. They are not different from one another. And they are the best of friends. Where are they seen? Where are the birds seen? Don't say they have gone into the guha. No, that's people. Okay, where are the birds? On the tree. Samanam vrikshe. On the same tree, not on any other tree. Samanam vrikshe, what are they doing? Embracing, hugging each other. They are such great friends. Parishasva jate. Here the similarity ends. Now here we can see the shadow bird going rogue. What does the shadow bird do? The shadow bird flits around. Tayoho ekaha swadu pippalam atti. Atti means eats. Pippalam means berry. Berries. That's what the tree is for. The tree is a source of, food and home, both. You live near the food. That's what it is. So you live near the supermarket. So for the birds, the supermarket, to get their daily essentials is right outside, very conveniently situated, not a big fly away. They don't have to fly to the next tree. This tree itself has jambu phalani, like the one in the back. Behind us. And that too is like the samsara-holic. This one is also a berry-holic. This is also a samsara-holic. Samsara here is defined by the upalakshana of karma phala. Whenever there is karma phala involved, enter samsara. That's all samsara is. A series of karma and karma phala. And then what happens? It's in search of swadu pippalam. What is swadu pippalam? Tasty berries. Tasty berries. What does it get? Rotten berries. Sad berries. Pungent berries. Berries that have already been eaten by other birds because it was too late. Early bird gets the berries. And this bird decided to sleep in because it was depressed. Okay? It was depressed by samsara. It decided to sleep in and then got all leftover berries. Half of them eaten by monkeys and other animals and other birds and everything. Felt very bad. This is what one bird is doing. What is the other bird doing? Tayoho anyaha ekaha swadu pippalam atti. Tayoho anyaha anashnan. Not eating at all. What does it do? Abhichakashiti. Chakasra deeptau. The root verb here in abhichakashiti is chakasra deeptau, to light up. So one is the witnessing bird. Witness bird. Witness means, what is witness? Atma, Sakshi, Atma. But really, how will Atma witness? Does it have eyes? Say no, so we can move on. No. Does it have ears? No. Does it have a mouth to speak and tell you what it's witnessing? No. So, really, this witnessing is just revealing. That's why that particular dhatu is used. Chakasra deepta, to light up. And that is the source of words such as kash, akashah, asamantat kashate iti, prakashah, light, etc. That all is from this same root verb. And here something interesting is happening, very, very interesting, because this bird is actually witnessing the other bird in the sense of revealing the antics of the other bird without getting affected by its antics. That the bird number 2 is exhausted. The second bird is exhausted. Why? Because it's going from branch to branch, from supermarket to supermarket, from mall to mall, in search of goodies, in search of something to fill it up. Just like the jaded, faded jiva is an experience hog. The berries are various experiences in life. Keeps on wanting various berries to experience various things in life, to get a sense of self-satisfaction, to get a sense of self-completion. This is what the person, the jiva, which is represented by the bird, is wanting. This is what it's wanting. This is how the split is beautifully talked about. What we have been seeing in the last few classes, the inner child, adult, this is exactly what it is. So it is running around, just like the jiva is running around gathering experiences. Something you read and you immediately want it. Oh, how is it to go there? How is it to go somewhere else? Puruṣo Swamiji, when he was in Rishikesh, he would be asked, have you been to Kedarnath? Have you been to Gangotri? Have you been here? All those, what are they called? Char something. Char dhams. Have you been here? Have you been there? And have you been to Kedarnath? Especially if they would ask, especially in those days, where you had to go on a donkey. All right. You could not go any other way. Now there are helicopters and God only knows what else. But before you had to go the hard way. You had to either walk or catch a donkey. And so, Puruṣo Swamiji, whenever he was asked, he would say, my Shani Dasha has not yet arrived. Because the Shani period in one's life causes restlessness and wants one to move around. Just a look into just a glimpse, just an explanation. But here, the jiva without Shani Dasha is what? Has wanderlust. Wants to go here, wants to go there, wants to have this experience, wants to have that experience, wants to have this, wants to have that. One mall one has seen. Oh, but there is a new mall near my house opening. It will be just like that mall. How do you spell mall? No, M-A-U-L. Yeah, where you go to get mauled of your wallet and your sanity, both. If you come back exhausted, why did I do that? So much rush, so much crowd. It was exactly like the other mall, even worse actually. This is why it's called mall. Now you know why it's called mall, okay? Yeah. Just like that exhausted bird. Exhausted, flying. Then it needs a birdie massage for the wings it needs. Somebody has to do acupressure here. It will subscribe to a few sessions of birdue pressure. Okay, right there in between the wings. That's where it hurts. Why did I fly so much? But then after the massage, after a few little, what should I say, solutions in samsara, all that is forgotten. What does it do the next day? Flip, 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 fly, 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 eat, 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 get disappointed, and then get exhausted. Come back to roost. Again, run around. And then we find out that this is a beautiful allegory. Samane vrikshe Puruṣo nimagnaha. Nimagnaha means glub, glub, glub. Yeah, literally. Nimagnaha means what? Drowned. But actually, we have to change it to drowning, because if I'm drowned, no problem. Glub, 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 Ram Nam Satya hai, finished. But the experience is not of just drowned past tense, but drowning present tense. Nimajjan, we have to change it. Samane vrikshe. Samane vrikshe means in that same tree. Now we have go to darshtanta. Drishtanta. Drishtanta means what? Drishtanta, example. Dashtanta, that which it exemplifies. So now in the darshtanta discussion, so Purusha means the person. Don't think Purusha means man. It means person. Puri Shete, whether it's a man or a woman, the one who is sleeping in this city, this citadel of the body, mind, sense complex is called what? Purushaha. Samane vrikshe Puruṣo nimagnaha. Lot of mixed metaphors here. Let us unravel that. Samane vrikshe means what? In the same tree, the person is drowning. How can you drown in a tree? And you see birds in the tree. Sometimes cat goes after the bird and gets stuck in the tree, but you don't see a person get stuck in the tree. So what is this tree? Body. The tree for the bird is the body for this Purusha bird that is restlessly flying, looking for experiences, which are all what? Finite or infinite? Finite. Searching for the infinite gets lost in an infinitude of finite experiences and becomes the what? Becomes an infinite seeker. Oh, but that's a nice thing. Infinite seeker means seeking infinitely. Is that a nice thing? No. Say no, even if you don't want to. Yeah, trust me on this. You don't want to seek infinitely. The quest should be finite. The Upanishad should come to an end. The retreat should come to an end. But how? You haven't even opened one page. Don't worry, that's my job. Should come to an end. My quest should come to an end. It cannot be just an endless quest. This life also seeker, seeker, seeker. Next life also seeker, seeker, seeker. That's what I already am. I'm a parma seeker, permanent seeker. That's what I want to stop. I shouldn't be an infinite seeker. What should I be? Seeker of the infinite. You see, a small little change in our thinking can go a long, long way. So, samane vrikshe. Vriksha here is what? In this body, this Purusha, this person, which person? The witnessing one, the affected one. Not the witnessing one. The witnessing one is never afflicted. It is Ishvara. Witnessing one is Bhagavan. And even in the first example of the drinkers, only one is drinking, but the other one is said to be drinking because of the close association of both of them. From far, it looks like they are drinking, both of them. And here also two birds, one of them has nothing, does not touch the berries, does not see the berries. Sve mahimni tishtan abhichakashiti. Reveling and remaining in its own glory, it just lends its light. Light, there is no light, okay? Atma, light and all. This is all metaphorical. Lends its presence to what? An Atma bird, Jiva bird. the one that has flown away too quickly, wanting various experiences, the one that has alienated itself from Ishvara, the one which cannot fly, which cannot have experiences, which cannot do anything without the blessing presence of Ishvara. That one, namely what? Yours truly, Aham, sighing in this body, sad in the body. Very, very sad, very, very sorry. I am a samsari. Yeah. That is what samsara is. Sum total of all sorrows is some sorrow or the other. That's what samsara is. And so here, this samane vrikshe Puruṣo nimagnaha. Nimagnaha, drowning in this body. What kind of body? Finite body, subject to raga, dvesha, the mind and the body subject to jara, vyadhi, etc., various vikaras that I don't want, old age, disease, death, birth, all these things. And then in this body, identified with the finite. Identified with the finite means what? Not identified with Ishvara. Anishaya shochati. Shochati means grivati. Yeah? What is that? Which dhatu is that? Grieve. Okay, so if you want a crash course in Sanskrit, you just add ati to it and then you just add ti. Grivati. Shochati. Grieves. Griva has another meaning in Sanskrit. It means neck. That's not what is here, okay? Yeah. Grivati means feels sad. Grieves. Grieves. Trapped, as it were, in this body. Trapped means what? Identified with the body. That's when the body becomes a trap. Otherwise, the body is a beautiful gift. It helps me sit in class, it helps me meditate, it helps me remove ragadveshas, it helps me to go wherever I need to. The body is a gift, the mind is a gift, it's a value added plus to this infinite aham, to the witnessing bird, to the one who is witnessing all this drinking of karma phala going on. If I don't know, the identification with this body is so total that whatever happens to the body happens to me. Dehe nashte aham nashtaha. If the body is sick, what do I say? I am sick. If the body is destroyed, I can't say I'm destroyed because I won't be there I won't have the body to say that. But I think I'm as good as destroyed. But dehe pushte, now I have gone on a new regimen. What? Protein powder. Yeah. Gym. I have made friends with the gym. And then I also do walking. And then I do yoga. Now the body is strong and lithe and more agile than the monkeys I see around. The tent being put outside is my personal trampoline. Dehe pushte, when the body is like this, pushta means nourished in every way. Aham pushtaha, I am nourished. So this bird brain rather, this Purusha, signified by the bird, upalakshita by the bird, exemplified by the bird, is what? Grieving in this body. Why? Very telling word is there. Anishaya shochati. Grieves because of the condition of not being Ishvara. Anishaya, third case. Due to not being Ishvara or in the form of not being Ishvara, both we can take. In which form? In the Jiva form, it grieves because Anisha, na Ishaha. Anishaha. Anishaya shochati. Muhyamanaha. Muhyamana san shochati. being deluded about its true nature, this Purusha, who is this Purusha? I, the one that is identified with this body, mind, sense complex, Grivati, Shochati, keeps on feeling sad, sorry for itself. It has a victim consciousness. What should I have? Witness consciousness. But what do I have instead? Victim consciousness, which is witless consciousness. So if I'm not a witness, what am I? Witless. This is what it is. The stakes are very high, because otherwise what happens is that I am completely flummoxed, identified with this small tiny body with all these limitations. I am as good as gone. And therefore the grief, therefore the sorrow. And this grief and this sorrow are there no matter how much you accumulate by karma, and no matter how much you accumulate in terms of knowledge. If the knowledge is not Vedanta, it is of no use at all, because you are after mithya, 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 mithya. And what is mithya? Nothing other than Satyam. Because it is dependent on Satyam, mithya is Satyam, but Satyam is not mithya. Satyam transcends mithya. But if I go after mithya not knowing it is Satyam, then I am in trouble. Just like Narada. Narada, in the 7th chapter of the Chandogya Upanishad, goes to Sanat Kumara and says, I heard you say, somewhere, or somebody like you said something. What did they say? Atmavit shokam tarati. Shokam tarati atmavit. Tarati shokam atmavit. The knower of the Atma, Atmavit, crosses all sorrow. And what is this bird doing? Grieving. Why? Because it doesn't know the Atma. Doesn't know the Atma. Grieves. Sorry for itself. So Narada goes to Sanat Kumara and says, Adhihi Bhagavaha, please teach me this Brahman. Bhagavat Sadrishebhyaha, from people like your revered self, I have heard. Shokam taratyatmavit iti. Iti shrutam maya. It has been heard by me. And then Narada is very well known. Narada in a Vedanta class. Oh my God. That is a shocker, because he knows everything. He can travel interterrestrially without visa. Only he can do that. He can go to all the lokas. Very pleasant fellow. Has got a bad reputation of a troublemaker. He's not a troublemaker. He's a truth teller. That's what. And people don't want to hear the truth, so they think of it as trouble. That's what it is. So Narada is to see him in Vedanta class means what? He also doesn't know, oh my God. That's kind of like what happened. Once, some Puja Swamiji sent me somebody to work with who had problems with alcohol. So then I told this person, one day at the ashram, I said, let's go to AA. We will go to Alcoholics Anonymous. I will also go with you. So saying, I was in a small town, and then so I went with the person. So we went to the AA meeting. And as soon as I sat down, some people already knew me and recognized me, and they said, Swamiji, you also have this problem. We didn't know, we are so sorry. But good for you, you are trying to overcome it. So like that, Narada cannot go to Vedanta class. It's hazardous. But kudos to him, he asks for this knowledge. He goes, he makes himself vulnerable. And Sanat Kumara says, Tell me what you know, because you are so erudite, you are so learned. Tell me what you know, so that I know whether to teach Vedanta 001, Vedanta 101, or PhD level Vedanta, or postdoc Vedanta. What should I teach? And then he lists, and there is no full stop in that passage, which is like a 1-page long passage. Rigvedoham Bhagavah Adhyemi. Adhyemi means I'm a student of Rigveda. Means I know Rigveda. I know Yajurveda. Oh, you are Mr. Dvivedi. No. I know also Samaveda. Trivedi. No. I know Atharva also. Chaturvedi. No. I also know Shiksha, Kalpaha, Vyakaranam, Niruktam, Chandas, Jyotisham iti. I know the 6 Vedangas, limbs of the Vedas. I know the Upavedas, Dhanur Vidya, Ayurveda, this Vidya, that Vidya. Plus I know Nakshatra Vidya, Shastra Vidya, and how to tell fortunes, how to see the faces and tell what is. I know face reading, I know this, I know all kinds of things. And then he says, Soham. Soham is not Saha Aham, no. This, whatever aforementioned I have described, Saha Aham, Soham, which is really should be translated as Hoham, bored. Yeah, that is what Vedanta is. A journey from Hoham to Soham. That is what it is. And so this is me. Soham Bhagavah Shochami Grivami. Yeah, this is how to make it first person. You add me because it's all about me. This is who I am. Oh Lord, oh revered teacher, this is who I am. Shochami, I am still subject to sorrow. After knowing so much, I am subject to sorrow. Shokasya param tarayatu. Bhavan, please make me cross over this sorrow with your grace of your teachings. Madartham smara. Teach me, remember how it was when you studied with who? Your teacher. Who was your teacher? Sanat Kumara's teacher? Lord Dakshinamurti. If you look at Lord Dakshinamurti, there will be 4 sages. And then you can say, and then you have to, for homework, identify which is Sanat Kumara. You pick anyone, doesn't matter. Sanat Kumara. Sanat Kumara, Sanat Sujata, and then what else? Sanaka, Sanandana. These are the 4 sages. Vriddha, Shishya, Gurur, Yuva. The sages had flowing white beards and were elderly. And then, what about this one? What about the Guru? Young. Because the knowledge, the Guru represents the knowledge is ever young. And the Shishyas represents old souls wandering around in samsara, life after life after life, finally coming to the truth. Soham Bhagavah Shochami. Sanat Kumara says, I think I know the problem. You know a lot, Narada, but you know a lot of nothing. What's the difference between a lot of nothing and a little bit of nothing? Nothing. No difference. If you know a lot of nothing, what do you know? Nothing. If you know a little bit of nothing, what do you know? Nothing. You know nothing. Because of which all these things are there, you don't know that. You don't know that Brahman, which is not one more thing that you have to pursue, which is why people keep saying, I don't have time for classes. It is the thing to pursue, which is going to make the difference between grief and joy. Limitations and notions of limitations and limitlessness. The difference between a wanting person, a victimized person, to a person who is secure in herself, himself, to a person who is compassionate, who is kshami, accommodative. Between a person who is just saying, give me, a consumer of other people's sanity, and including everything, including other people's sanity, to what? To a contributor. This is the transformation that has to happen. And you don't know that one thing that is going to transform this. Why? Because in the Jagat, Brahman shines in many, 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 many forms and many, 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 many names. And you miss the Brahman, you miss the filling and go for whatever is there external. The external shape and form you go for without understanding what it is made of. It's like children, with some whatever cookies in the biscuits in the shape of animals. For children, it is made. One is like a giraffe, one is like a deer, one is like a kangaroo. And it will say, I want the one that is like a dog. I don't hate this one, without knowing all of them are what? Same. And we are also what? Balaha. Balaha. Parachah kaman anuyanti balaha. Which chapter of Bhagavad Gita? Just checking. So, this, what one needs to know, is called what? What is it that one needs to know? Brahman. But we've been here talking Brahman, breathing out Brahman, breathing in Brahman all day long. Atma, 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 Atma. First class, second class, Brahman, 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 Brahman. So much so that the mind would have kind of, got jaded. That's why one is a jaded, faded jiva. Atma, Brahman, Atma, Brahman. Yeah. So whenever the next time the word Atma or Brahman is enunciated, what do? Go into Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Or just look off into the distance. While sitting right in front of the teacher, one has a glazed look. I am inspired when I see everybody. And when I see this person, I quickly look away because I think I should give them space to go on whatever trip they are on. So, therefore, the teacher of the Upanishad, this is why the live teaching is important. This is why Ācāryavān Puruṣo Veda. This is why. Because otherwise it has to be made customized, relevant. So therefore the word Brahman, Atma, nothing that we know is used. Bhumanam vijignyasasva. Hey Narada. What? Bhuma? Bhuman? Like Atman? Bhuman? Bhuma? What is this Bhuma? Suddenly goes, and the person is, something new. The mind wants a new experience. Spiritual experience hunter I am, and yes, I'm going to catch, conquer, and kill this experience. Bhuma, I am here. Bhuma, Bhuma, Bhuma. This is what I want. But what is this Bhuma? The definition is given. Yadalpam tanmartyam. That which is small is not all. That which is small is what? Perishable, finite. Tanna bhuma. You see how the teaching is so beautiful. First, we are told by Sanat Kumara what is not bhuma. Na iti, na iti, na iti. Spirit away the ignorance first. Bhuma, ignorance, is self-ignorance. Spirit away that first before saying what bhuma is. Alpe sukham nasti. So what is this bhuma? Yatra yasmin brahmani yasmin bhumni what? Na anyat pashyati, na anyat shrinoti, na anyat vijanati sa bhuma. Where Abiding in which? In which bhuma? Abiding in which bhuma? The one who does not see anything else, means anything other than oneself. Wherever you see a clone of you. You as in bhuma, okay? You see bhuma, here a bhuma, there a bhuma, everywhere bhuma bhuma. Old Mac Jiva got enlightened. Yeah. Everywhere bhuma 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 bhuma. And so, anyatna pashyati, doesn't see anything other than oneself, doesn't hear anything other than oneself, doesn't know anything other than oneself. Why? Because there is nothing other than oneself. This is very, very, very important. So, what is the cause of grief? Otherness is the cause of grief. Let's come back to that sinking fellow in the body. Samane vrikshe Puruṣo nimagnaha. This is a little tour of the Upanishads today. So, anishaya shochati muhyamanaha. Jushtam yada pashyati isham anyam. Jushtam yada. Jushtam means the worshipful one, when it sees what? The eating bird, the grieving jiva, symbolized by the grieving jiva, the eating bird. Jushtam yada pashyati ishamanyam tasya mahimanam iti Vitashoko bhavati. Vitashoko bhavati means no more grievati. Does not grieve again. Vitashoko bhavati. Vigataha shokaha yasmat saha vitashokaha. From whom all sorrow has departed. It took one look at this person, the person who is one with Bhuma, the person who is one with his knowledge, and the sorrow said to depression, sadness, and various forms of it, various iterations. Come on, fellows, let's pack our bags. Let's be out of this body-mind complex. There is no room for it here. We have worn out our welcome. We are not welcome here. Victim mentality packed its bag. Aggression packed its bag. I am Karta. Karta packed his bags. Bhokta also packed his bags. What about Pramata, the knower, also packed the bags. That's why you can never say, I am enlightened. There is no knower. This knowledge knocks off even the concept of a knower. Knocks off the knower so that there is nobody to claim this knowledge. So I can't say I know Atma. No, you can't. Can I put a badge? I am Atmavit? No. You can't even put a badge. So this knowledge, this shows all these stories and these incidents from the Upanishad show that this split has to be addressed. The split is beautifully seen, and there are a couple of aspects to this split that we will see after decoding the last line here. Jushtam yada, so this worshipful Ishvara and its glory, the glory belonging to the worshipful Creator who has created everything, who is infallible, who is manifest as this whole universe, and yet untouched by this universe, that glory is my own glory, the one who accepts, the one who is able to say, the one who is able to see, that person becomes Vitashokaha. Very, very interesting, very, very important. In every Upanishad, this split is talked about, and how to heal the split is also talked about. Extremely important. And so, we talked about the split from the standpoint of what? Inner child and adult. Why did we talk about the split in that sense, or why did we start there? Because that is the source of the split. What is the source of the split? The wanting child. The child that perceives itself, the inner child that perceives itself to be neglected, abused, not given its due, not given love, not given anything. That is the one. that is in need of healing. That's why we started there. But that child is a upalakshana for the adult's behavior. The adult is run ragged by the needs of this child. Really speaking, there is no child inside. Don't look for any child. Look for immature aspect of oneself that refuses to be transformed by the teachings for a long time. Look for the resistance, look for the block, look for the fear, look for the want, look for the lack. That is where we will see the split bird. We will see the split people. We will see two in place of one. And so the inner child is in the form of calloused emotions, well entrenched chronic patterns, and one's own reactivity to what kind of reactivity? We say in Hindi, ghisa pita, means like, how do you translate that? Like, been there, done that kind of reactivity. A reactivity that is all too familiar. This is what I did last time, and where did it get me? In a bigger soup. And what will I do this time? Same thing. I refuse to learn. As a jiva, one refuses to learn from one's errors. Mark Twain once said, make lots of mistakes, but please make new mistakes each time. But what does the jiva do? Make the same mistake over and over and over, do the same action over and over and over, and expect a different outcome. That's the definition of madness. Yes. That is the definition of madness. Samsara is an asylum. That's all it is. It's an asylum of mad people, totally mad people. Those who are in the ashram know that they are mad. That's the only difference. Those outside the ashram are also equally mad. They don't know yet that they are mad. Here we have come to address the madness. We have come here to address our insanity once and for all, and in the only way it can be addressed. What is this insanity? This insanity is a refusal. Is the refusal to see and embrace my own glory because there are blocks. That blocks is the subject matter of this. That is why the teacher is needed. But I refuse to accept the authority of the teacher. Why? Because I have authority issues. That's why I don't want that. That's why some kind of a silent meditation is enough. No other thing should be there. That's why I have to be a certain way. And so there are blocks. There are blocks to receiving the teaching, not because I do not want to see the truth of myself. In fact, every jiva wants that. Like a nadi is going towards the samudra, helplessly going there. The jiva is helplessly attracted to Ishvara, wants Ishvara, but makes a separate box for itself. Gets boxed in. This is what is called identity politics. I am this much. I am a man. I am not a woman. I am a woman. I am not a man. I am this. I am that. I am this much only. And not, I box myself in. And in the beginning it is safe because this is me. I am the monarch of all I survey. And then after that what? I am only this much? What's wrong with me? This is insanity. This is madness. And to address this madness is the time. The time is now. The time to study about Brahman is now. Why didn't it come before? Somebody said, I wish I had known this knowledge when I was 5. Think, by now I would have been a jnani. Everybody should be exposed to Vedanta at age 4.5. The Bhajagovindam begs to differ. Bhajagovindam says, Balastavat krida saktaha. The child is only interested in what? Not Brahman, but its toys. Krida, play. Okay. Yeah, of course, it's a child. So we should wait till one is a young adult. Prime memory, all the Sanskrit sutras will just keep rolling off the tongue. And the Upanishad shlokas will just be dancing on the tip of the tongue. That is the time to memorize, study all this. But the Bhaja Govindam says, Tarunastavat taruni raktaha. Only problem is the young adult is interested only in other young adults. I'm not saying Bhaja Govindam is saying. Okay, our elders were right all along. Finish all your jobs, finish your duties, get your children married, get your grandchildren and great-grandchildren also married. Because we don't know how to stop parenting, okay? Yeah. We know when to start, but we don't know when to stop. Keep on parenting, grandparenting, great-grandparenting, great-grandparenting. So then, okay, maybe after I have finished all my duties, then as a ripe, elderly person, I come to this knowledge. Bhaja Govindam says what? Vriddhastavat chinta magnaha. Vriddha, the elderly one, is full of worries. What will my children get along after I die? Don't worry, they don't get along now itself. Okay, see that. See that. They are like Navagrahas. They don't even face each other. Yeah. If I leave a will it be followed? It won't. So don't leave. Yeah, you leave. Don't leave a will. Yeah, you leave, and while you're alive, give off whatever you have to everybody and just die peacefully. We don't even let ourselves die peacefully. Vriddhastavat chinta magna. Plus, how will I die? I don't want to be a burden on anybody. No. I want to just go. But then I wouldn't have said goodbye. Maybe a short illness, not a long illness. This is what is consuming the mind of the elderly ones. Then what? The author laments. Pare brahmani kopi na lagna. As a result, no one is interested in Brahman. There is no good time to study Brahman. But really speaking, what is the good time to study Brahman? Now, right now. Now? Well, the class is ending, meaning in an hour. In another hour, it will be the right time. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.